From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Brian Todd with today's Voice Briefing. It's Monday, June 8th, 2026.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. Nearly 1,000 auto workers walked off the job on Monday at a major General Motors supplier, and it could impact production of some of GM's most popular pickup trucks. The United Auto Workers Union officially launched a strike at American Axle's Three Rivers, Michigan plant after contract negotiations failed to produce a deal before the midnight deadline on June 1st. UAW President Shawn Fain announced the strike during a live stream just 2 hours before the contract expired. The plant manufactures axles used in heavy-duty GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado pickup trucks. Those are critical moneymakers for General Motors. But Fain summed up the union's positions with just 4 words: no contract, no axles. At the center of the dispute is pay. Workers say they accepted massive wage cuts during the 2008 financial crisis to help keep the company alive. Some employees saw their pay drop from $29 an hour to just $14.50. Now, 18 years later, the union argues wages still haven't recovered. The union also claims American Axle has generated $8.4 billion in profits over the last decade. Shawn Fain said these workers are not asking to be millionaires, they're just asking for dignity. American Axle said it was disappointed that workers chose to strike and maintains that the best outcome can still be reached through negotiations. For now, the picket lines are up and both sides remain at the bargaining table. For more, visit freep.com.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. If you've seen ads in your social media feed recently for supercar rides, you might have had a few questions. I did too, which is how I ended up behind the wheel of a 661 horsepower supercar at the end of May. It was part of a stop at M1 Concourse in Pontiac, Michigan by Extreme Experience. That's a company that brings its fleet of supercars to sites around the country and lets regular folks book rides in vehicles like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Porsches for a fee. After checking in at the track, I sat through a class that provided some basic instructions and gave me a sense of what was in store for me. I also did a ride along in a Dodge Charger Hellcat before I took the wheel. As part of my media drive, I got to take a Ferrari 488 GTB on 3 laps around the M1 Concourse track. A professional driver helped guide me with instructions on when to brake, ease off, or hit the gas. I went fast, hitting a bit under 110 miles per hour on one of the straightaways, and I didn't crash the car. The track operations manager told me it can be dangerous pushing the limits of a car, but he also said Extreme Experience, which got its start in 2012, provided about 106,000 drives last year with only one minor incident to report.
I'm Clara Hendrickson for the Detroit Free Press. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has revived a task force to pursue policy recommendations it previously put forward to curb gun violence in Michigan. The governor has touted new gun laws in Michigan that expanded background checks, created new firearm storage requirements, and empowered courts to order the temporary removal of firearms from those posing a threat to themselves or others. Since signing those laws, calls for further action have fallen flat amid Republican opposition to gun restrictions in the divided legislature. But before she leaves office next year, Whitmer hopes the task force can still tackle gun violence. Some of the recommendations the group put forward previously include public information campaigns on the new gun laws, funding for free firearm locks, and trainings for community groups working in neighborhoods and schools to stop gun violence.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.